as you're looking out 1 year, 2 years, what's in store for you and what's in store for KiraGen?
So we have this lead program I've talked about in glioblastoma. It's a 6-edit CAR T cell off the shelf, improving upon success that other people have already shown, little glimmers of clinical success. In 2 years, and I'll say the 1 year in a bit, if we had a check from today, everything can change timeline wise. We could have an IND filed. In that, if everything is aligned, right? Another reason why you should partner with people instead of starting from scratch and thinking you should do everything. We're working with this academic institution that if everything did align, knock on wood, it wouldn't be a big delay from IND filing to treating a patient. And for glio patients, very quickly because the bar is so low, which is really unfortunate. So in 2 years, a little bit over, we could have clinical first in human data from a company and concept that only formed a little over a year ago, which is wild with a capital spend of about probably a fifth what others have before. Not because they did things incorrectly, it's because we are learning and building upon and standing on the shoulders of others for sure to apply things in a different way. But in the meantime, a year could be a seed round for us. We're finishing a pre-seed right now, being able to finally take it from not just validation, and we're pretty far ahead with this sort of have clinical alignment now, but to have a seed round to give us more funding to start really scaling up and showing what we can do. We not only have this research candidate, we have things in DC moving along, scaling and sequence lock, but also showing this mission of across the board that it's not just glioblastoma. It's so important for us not only to have an asset that's moving forward, but also show what we can do across the board, whether it's gliomas. We have some concepts in brain mets. We're starting some work in a sarcoma I can't talk about yet. And being able to say, hey, KiraGen is this company that had the ability to go in these areas. We can partner off some things that we can't do on our own. We hopefully will have some maybe pharma pilots. It's another important source of capital we didn't talk about. Uh, Pharma needs innovation. So if you know that a pharma company might have an asset they need reviving, this is something that we're in early stage discussions on. Solid tumors is our kind of bread and butter, but liquid malignancies that are technically working now still are impacted by these solid tumor microenvironments. So we're very excited to at least have another year, that we would show the world and really prove out the world more data about where we could go. I don't think it's going to say we're going to go in every direction. Where we could go, then in 2 years, using maybe a Series A to get through the clinic, we can have first in human data, that is helping people. And I mean, by that time, we will hopefully have covered. We really want to recreate this model. I know I'm going on long about this, but this model that we're starting with an academic institution, there are other institutions that have done really great work and have taken things from 0 to 1. We want to replicate that model. So if you're listening out there, it's a great kind of call out or shout out. Like we are partner forward, and I think that was refreshing when I started hearing that, but to be external about it and say, we want to work with all these groups because they are the specialists that should take this proof of concept back into the clinic. And then we figure out the business along the way, whether or not that's going to be partnered with someone else or something we want to take into the company. So very excited next 2 years for us as a team. We might not have to grow too much because of this. So we're a team of 6, which is pretty big for a small company of ours, but it's really building out our skill sets, making sure we're still, taking in the tools as a team to grow where we need to grow, but not kind of take that same trajectory of those in the past. We don't have to, if we have people taking care of, say, the clinical execution for now, we can stay small, which creates optionality for us. I say this loud and clear when people say, "What's your exit?" So, well, this is contrary, and I didn't take it or leave it. I think that companies don't always need to be built to be bought. The companies that get bought are the ones that have just done good, made sound business practices to set them up for optionality to be bought. So I'm not saying this is a pitch to be bought. I'm just saying to think about doing things like that that at least give us the ability to start still change. Do we want to IPO if it works? Do we want to be sold? Do we want to go in other directions? You can't do that if you're taking in $300 million. It is like all or nothing. You got to go, to space and back. So I'm very excited for the future and what it can what it can hold, and really want to encourage others that you can go against the grain. And while it's easy to say this now, and it might be hard during the moment, it'll make you better for it. Some people want to follow trends, and some people's personalities want to do that and should, right? If it's timing's best, you get your money, you go in while the money is hot. Sometimes the best time to build is when people don't believe in you.
Having that optionality by maintaining your discipline as a company and running lean, it's more of just like running efficiently is where you want to be. You never want your hand forced. That's that's it. You want to have options. Like that's the important thing. Let's not just like bet the farm and then burn the candle at both ends. Let's let's do it kind of like in stages and incrementally